Middle East technology.
Planets were made of huge amounts of gas, and so was the Earth. A whole layer stays surrounding each planet after forming the most important factor that determines life to exist or not on each of the planets. The most important gases for our life are oxygen and hydrogen, and the Earth's share of such gases allows us to survive. They form water, and you can see why they call Earth the blue planet. Because of that, many forms of life come to exist on our planet. The danger does not come from what might seem to be obviously dangerous, but from where it is least expected. From the smallest of all creatures. From those that humanity did not even know of their existence before a few centuries ago. Although not all of them are harmful, the pathogenic of these creatures have always affected humanity and caused many calamities over the years humans ever lived on Earth. Could it be possible for humans someday to live in healthy facilities, fearing some past experiences of microorganisms causing global disasters? Prisoning themselves in such facilities, as science fictionists predict? Would living naturally be part of the human race history? Microbial contamination of any site is a precursor of causing infection. Such risk can be conceptualized according to the following relationship. Number of bacterial contamination multiplied by virulence divided by resistance of the host, the result equals the risk of infection. For the number on one single agar plate, bacterial population exceeded human population on Earth in only 3 days. It can be clearly seen how socially intelligent these creatures are to reach collective decision-making again in only 3 days. True, these creatures are monocellular, and if they are few in number and scattered away, they will not do much harm. But if you're still thinking that we're dealing with only primitive creatures, then take a second look. By the second day, they are building colonies, highly organized, and with every way we try to eliminate them, they become more resistant. A good example is the type of bacteria that causes staph infections, Staphylococcus aureus. In 1972, only 2% of these types of bacteria were drug-resistant. By 2004, 63% of these bacteria had become resistant to the antibiotics commonly used to treat them. Since ancient history, horses had not only been the oldest transportation discovered by humans, but also a symbol for nobility and knighthood. And as the saying goes, the Arabic horse never lets down his knight.
Go, Lara.
No other animal ever had such care and interest as horses did. Humans have always tried to keep horses from whatever endangered them, especially in our recent time from those creatures that we cannot see by the naked eyes and we might not even know of their existence. There are hundreds of microorganisms awaiting the chance to attack our precious horses. Peste equine, known by the name African horse disease. It is aggressively infectious. Bacillus anthracis causes the anthrax, which is a very acute infectious disease. Borna causes Borna disease, a fatal neurologic disease. Encephalomyelitis causes Eastern and Western Nile fever and Venezuelan fever. There is no treatment for them till now. Equine herpes causes severe fatigue and attacks the neurological system. It is another fatal neurological disease. Salmonella causes salmonellosis, which has been showing severe resistance to most antibiotics. Equine pyroplasmosis, causing pyroplasmosis. And many others such as equine influenza, Landers, and Hendra virus. The problem, as researchers revealed, is that most of such microorganisms have developed resistance to most disinfectants and sterilization methods. Microorganisms colonies are known as biofilm. It is that very thin film that goes undetected except by electronic microscopes, where so many species of microorganisms live together and gain the power to attack and infect. In there, they share all sorts of resources, mainly intelligent resources. So, when we apply traditional disinfection methods, they detect where and how the attack. Here's a list of disinfectants and sterilizers approved and recommended by the EPA. Manual disinfection using alcohol wipes and sprays. 2 subjective approaches. These methods treat only those zones that are easily accessible and leave the choice of surfaces to the operator's subjective idea of risk assessment. Water-based sprays also produce an umbrella effect, which considerably reduces both diffusion and efficiency. As they settle, the droplets leave vast zones untouched by the disinfectant, even on directly exposed surfaces. Any reservoirs of germs not disinfected can recontaminate the disinfected surfaces through sporulation and dissemination. Disinfection by nebulization, a toxic and hard-to-apply method. Nebulization is principally used for disinfecting the air. It is generally done with products that are corrosive to the skin and/or toxic when inhaled. Each room therefore needs to be sealed beforehand, requiring a considerable time for preparation. The atomizing generates a saturation of the air through vaporization of the gas type, particles of size 0.5 to 1 micron. So the operation of disinfection mobilizes a lot of human and material means. To resume, this method, which makes use of toxic products, requires an important immobilization of space because of its implementation and its processing time. How can we face such danger? Well, there are available solutions, but none of them is convenient. The solution needed should be non-toxic biodegradable, causes no side effects, efficient, fast-acting, allows human admission, easily applied, and does not alarm microorganisms, or else they will be able to develop a resistance technique to it. As impossible as it may seem, we have just that. Founded in 1982, Irel, the manufacturer of health equipment and products, is currently the only French company producing dental equipment, and it controls 15% of the dental care market in France. Irel is known for its innovation and patented concepts, especially in the hygiene and decontamination systems. As a trusted and leading company in the healthcare field, Irel is constantly striving to manufacture products combining innovation, performance, and low costs to keep raising the standards of its field, therefore fulfilling its users' expectations and future requirements and promoting for the well-being of Irel's customers and their environment. A dedicated technology and a complete innovation, ensuring the perfect and even diffusion of the disinfectant throughout the area and on all the surfaces treated, including those which are normally inaccessible or hidden. Technology guarantees massive destruction of microorganisms by bringing the diffused disinfectant in contact with all surfaces present through ionization and nucleation. Ionization. NucoSpray produces an aerosol quality mist with a droplet size of less than 1 micron and no more than 5 microns, with electrically negatively charged droplets which facilitate the nucleation process. Nucleation. Nucleation is the process whereby extremely small droplets adhere to particles in the atmosphere and also to surfaces by creating an interface between the droplet and the particle or surface on one hand, and between the substance in the gaseous phase and the liquid droplet on the other hand. The action mechanisms are 1. Combustion reaction cataclysm. This is called cold concussion technique. 2. Oxidizing action of hydroxyl groups. 3. Cationic action of silver. Here's how it works. Chlorine is a very powerful microorganism lyser. Chlorine exists in most of microorganisms' membranes, but contained in a form that is necessary for the microorganism's vital processes, for example, sodium chloride and calcium chloride. NucoSpray utilizes nucolase that is mainly composed of hydrogen peroxide and very small amount of silver. NucoSpray ionizes the hydrogen and oxygen molecules, forming millions of hydroxyl groups and jets them in the air in the form of ions with a droplet size of less than 1 micron and no more than 5 microns. The hydroxyl groups compete with chlorine in the cell membrane for the sodium and calcium, initiating production of hypochlorites and radical hydroxyls. Leaving chlorine behind in its fatal form causes the cell membrane to rupture. Meanwhile, the oxidation effect of hydroxyl group happens, oxidizing the lipid structure of the membrane, and a deterioration of ribosomes and DNA takes effect through cytoplasmic penetration. Even the very small amount of silver, through its cationic action, inverts membrane polarity, which stops the essential vital processes of the microorganisms, forming membrane attack complexes with membrane proteins and deteriorating the cytoplasmic protein enzymes. These three combined and synergistic actions lead to the microorganism lysis. And a process of microorganism self-destruction starts. One minute after, the result will be oxygen and water. And in 8 minutes, all the dry fog will disappear, allowing immediate safe admission. Nuco spray is 100% non-toxic and safe for the admission of humans and animals. Nuco spray is based on the ionization of hydrogen and oxygen, so its results are biodegradable, causing no side effects. Efficient through using 3 microorganism lysis mechanisms with the proven reachability of its dry fog. Fast acting, it would take Nuco spray only 3 minutes for an area of 50 meters square. Easily applied, mobile, lightweight, cost-effective. Some of the many studies were made to test the efficiency of Nuco spray utilizing Nucolase. Some of our clients have been using Nuco spray with unprecedented success.